Okay, so a little progress thing on the assessment. In terms of applying UDL design principles, the models used by the British Dyslexia Association are pretty helpful, so we're going to have a look at them. First, some reminders. In the video I'll skip quickly over these slides. See the original lecture notes and slide notes in both presentations if you want more information. Yeah, so for the purpose of this assessment, we're going to focus on access representation and specifically making things as available in terms of the design of text and other resources to as many people as possible. So I say we've seen these before, and these are some of the key issues. As I mentioned, I'm not going to harp on these. You can see the original presentation. Again, engagement. We'll come back to a lot of this stuff a bit later on, but we now need to make some progress on design, I think. Yeah, okay, so key issues for your campaign at this stage anyway. These are the key questions you should be answering, and the presentation will look at practical ways for you to do this. The toolkit is your friend. You should be familiar with the toolkit. We'll have a review of it next time we meet, or if you're watching this afterwards, last time we met. Review the toolkit to remind yourself of the relevant questions in terms of access, and there's some examples here. Representation, that is different ways for the user to access the campaign, is generally speaking what we're talking about. And here we're focusing on ensuring ease of access for as many users as possible. So many good links for design for dysphagia, and these are some good models for your campaign design. So have a look at all these links. If it's not linked directly to the image, it will be linked in the slide notes. For example, and in this case, the British Dyslexia Association creating a dyslexia-friendly workplace is a very good resource. So we'll just have a quick look at that. So it should pop up. There we go. Down there so we can see it. Okay, so style guide, which is what basically the rest of this presentation is in need of, is linked to. When you look at what I'm asking you to do next, you'll see it's asking you to complete this information for your particular project. There's lots of stuff here, and it's all very useful. So have a review of that yourself. So, straight from the BDA style guide, I've completed the first couple of sections here. Your group should complete the sections for these tables using the guidance from the BDA, creating a dyslexia-friendly workplace resource. Any issues that arise will deal with in tutorials or by submissions of drafts. In some cases, you may need to consider whether the plan system can achieve the standards. If not, don't worry about this. Just deal with outstanding issues in the discussion and critical analysis. If you haven't looked at Microsoft's assistive technology, you should have a look at it. It can be very useful. You may need to look this up online, and again consider system capabilities. Oops, went a bit further forward there. So watch this video. Again, don't panic if your particular plan can't use this, your particular system. In the discussion section, suggest these and other issues as potential areas for further development, while acknowledging there may be a current issue. Examples of colour and contrast are on the next slide, and I hope most of us are familiar with these, but maybe do a little bit more reading in terms of colour blindness, for example, and specifically for dyslexia. So some examples, good and bad. Obviously the horrible multicoloured background is entirely unreadable, and then over here in this area we've got some pretty good ones. What you're trying to achieve for is generally high contrast, which is often white against black, either way around, though there are some issues with if you've got very white backgrounds, that can be an issue for some people as well. So again, do a little bit of reading on this. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, so I've created a little, so here's a style guide for layout, and I've created a Word document which I'll bring over here, which goes through section headings and, okay, I need to be a bit further, go right at the start. So I'll go through justification and multiple columns, generally speaking, a bad thing, line length, and a few other issues and how to do it, basically. Okay. Right. Right, so where are we now? Yes, active voice and concision simple sentences, a little bit more complex. We'll have a think about what's needed and we'll discuss this as the next phase of our analysis. So actions. What you need to do. Here's the plan. In your groups, complete the tables. You could do it as a complete group or you could distribute the work among yourselves. These will be placed in an appendix to the individual reports. As individuals, pick a category and write a paragraph explaining your choices for this category, for one of the tables that is, and then consider how this links to UDL principles. You can decide how to distribute the analyses in your group, and it doesn't matter too much if more than one person does the same analysis, providing it is done as an individual. Okay, further actions. Next week, be prepared to do a group presentation of about 10 minutes on progress so far. It doesn't have to be an all singing, all dancing, bells and whistles presentation, but you need to be confident in what you are presenting. So as usual, that'll be why we're interested in campaign, what we're going to do it, how we are linking the UDL to it, and the progress we've made so far. We're in week 7 now, and don't panic. There is still plenty of time, and I'm sure you'll all be successful. Okay, that's all I wanted to say, I think. Yes, that's all I want to say, so thanks for listening.